Greetings to all. Welcome to AWS Solution Architect training sessions. Thanks for joining demo session 2. So before starting today's session, just having a general information about this batch. So this batch is related to weekend batch and batch number 337. And every weekend, that is Saturday, Sunday, it is going to continue from 6 p.m. IST to 8 p.m. IST, and duration nearly 15 weekends. Here it is mentioned 15 days. It is including both weekends, that is Saturday, Sunday, total 15 weekends. It is going to schedule for this course. It may complete within 12 weekends or it may extend to 16 weekends, like plus or minus. So it is the course is going to complete within 15 weekends. Okay, so just proceeding about this course, about the general information. What is the general information about? Please log into www.logiclabstechnologies, www.logiclabstech.com, wherein you can find about this batch information. Just click on, once you log into the logiclabstech.com, you just click on upcoming batches. Once you click on upcoming batches, all technologies, all emerging technologies which are scheduled from Logic Labs Technologies, you can find what are the technologies are currently running and which are scheduled within a week's time. Everything you can find under upcoming batches details. For this particular batch, that is batch number 337, AWS Solution Architect Associate, and the trainer name. And when it is started, that is yesterday it is started, you joined today's as a second demo session. It is just a demo session, but it is considered as a live session. So first two live sessions are presented as a demo sessions to understand the participants, how the training is going on. Based on that content, they can proceed to continue, or whatever the action, they can proceed to take action. Like, okay, so what is the schedule? 6 p.m. IST to 8 p.m. IST. Every weekend, it is 2 hours. So weekends means Saturday and Sundays, both are weekends. We are going to conduct this session. Okay. Still, if you are not part of WhatsApp community related to this particular batch, please click on this particular WhatsApp community. As soon as you click on WhatsApp community, you will get a message. I am going to post on the chat window for everyone. If you are not part of this particular WhatsApp group community for this particular AWS batch, it is very much important to be part of this particular WhatsApp community to get a regular updates. So please join this WhatsApp community if you are not yet joined to this batch. How to get this link? It is so simple. Once you log into www.logiclabstech.com, wherein you can click on upcoming batches. This is upcoming batches information is available. Just click on upcoming batches. You will find the link for batch number 337 AWS Solution Architect, and this is a WhatsApp community. This Zoom link, whatever Zoom link you are looking at here, this Zoom link is no more valid. This Zoom link for registration for joining demo sessions. Today is the final demo session. So there is no necessity to click on the Zoom link. Once you complete, if you wish to complete this training course, just proceed to complete the payment link. Once you click on payment link, once you complete successfully that payment transaction, you are going to get a Zoom link for next session onwards. So as soon as you click on payment link, make sure you are making the payment for the batch number 337. And as soon as you click on buy course, you are going to redirect to payment instructions. Please complete this payment instructions to have an uninterrupted sessions about this batch. So this is about general information. So that is what it is clearly mentioned. First two sessions. Today is the second session. So free to attend. What is free to attend? Till now, no need to pay anything. So you are happy to attend this session and understand how the training is going on. From third session onwards, that means next Saturday, whoever completes the payment, they will get a new Zoom link. Whoever already completed the payment, no worries, you will get a new Zoom link before starting of the next week session. Okay, no need to coordinate with admin team. Whoever completes the payment, they will get a new Zoom link by before next weekend. So no need to worry about to get why the new Zoom link is not received and all those things. Definitely, admin team is in a position to send a mail communication about new Zoom link, how to register, how to get the link and everything will be provided. You can wait until Friday. If you are not going to get until Friday, you can contact a support team, support@logiclabstech.com with the screen capture of whatever the payment completion, and or else you can send a message on WhatsApp. These two mobile numbers are available on WhatsApp. You can reach, send a message, or you can try to call. The admin team is available Monday to Saturday between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. IST. Okay, so please try to reach for any kind of concerns, queries related to access issues or a payment not able to complete the payment, any sort of the things. You can contact our admin team at email address or you can reach on the mobile numbers. These two members are available on WhatsApp. You can send a message. Once you complete the payment for the batch 337, there is no option of batch shifting. So there is no option of batch shifting. It is very much important. Please note it down. So please, before completion of the payment, try to understand. Once you complete the payment, there is no option for batch shifting. Okay. So already provided WhatsApp community link. Please join the WhatsApp community for this particular batch. There are different WhatsApp community groups are available. It is very much important to be part of whoever continue in this particular batch sessions. They have to be part of this WhatsApp community to get a regular updates. For example, if the trainer is not able to conduct any session on any specific weekend, the regular update will be published on the WhatsApp group. The trainer is not available due to so and so technical reason. You will get a WhatsApp community only on the specific group, that is 337 WhatsApp community group. Okay, so please join. And whoever completes the payment, they will get an access to LMS Graphy portal. So all recorded sessions, yesterday session and today's session, all sessions are going to record. Even this session also getting recorded. So this particular recorded sessions will be uploaded to LMS Graphy portal, and those recorded sessions accessible by paid participants for lifetime. So there is no restrictions, number of times access, no. That particular LMS Graphy portal is accessible for lifetime. You can play the video recorded session n number of times from anywhere, any place. Okay. So this is the facility is available. And even if you miss even one session also, you can watch that recorded session and continue the next session. If you are not able to understand, play the same recorded session multiple times until you understand. Even though it is not clear, we are available to assist you to understand more clear. You need to just send a mail communication to support@logiclabstech.com. What is the issue you are facing? This support@logiclabstech.com, this mail ID not only related to access issues, If this is the same support mail ID is valid to coordinate with the trainer. Just you need to mention the batch number, what is the issue you are facing. Along with the screen capture, you can send a mail so that we are in a position to respond to your query. Okay, so this is the general information about this batch. So today, as it is a today final demo session, for next session onwards, you have to complete the payment to continue uninterrupted session. How to complete the payment? It is so simple. Just log into logiclabstech.com website, wherein you can click on upcoming batches, and you will get a option selecting the batch, and you can click on payment link. Or else you can watch this recorded session, and this PPT is available in YouTube. There also the WhatsApp community links. Admin team keep on sending a mail communication message posting about the payment link also they are providing. You can click on that payment link and complete the payment. So to continue uninterrupted sessions. Okay. So let's start with today's session. Every session, every session is going to start in the same manner. Whatever the topics we discussed yesterday, last session, that we are going to review. Initial 5 or 10 minutes, we are going to review and understand any queries or any issues you face during the practice will be covered in that particular initial 5 to 10 minutes. Yesterday, the task was registering the free tier account. Is any issues you faced while registering a free tier account? Hope everyone is completed successfully the free tier registration account. Do you find any issues while registering free tier account? If you are not able to speak up, you can raise the hand, or else you can interrupt me at any point of time by just unmuting yourself. Okay? If you are not able to unmute yourself, just raise a hand. Otherwise, you can interrupt me at any point of time to clarify your doubt. Please be interactive through the session to understand the topics. Okay? Be interactive. Whatever the question it may be, you can free to ask. Okay? At any point of time, you can interrupt me. Okay? Hope everyone is completed the free tier account registration. Today we are going to continue the access to the management console, navigating that management console, understanding that management console, what are the important navigation we are going to understand today, and we are going to deploy one server, Windows server we are going to deploy by using EC2 service. Okay, let's proceed. So every session it is going to be in the same manner. Initial 5 minutes, we are going to discuss about previous session, what are the points we discussed, and just a review session, and then discuss about present agenda. Okay, let's start. So the first step is log into management console. So I'm going to click on AWS management console, aws.amazon.com/console. And then you are going to click on sign into console. Sign into console gives you an option. This is a screen everyone is going to get. If you are not yet registered, you have an option as per previous document. Create a new AWS account. Yesterday we discussed about how to create a AWS account. It is a mandatory to have a free tier account registration to do our lab or practice on live environment. It is not a lab. You are navigating in the AWS management console as a free tier account. Without this free tier account, you are not in a position to practice any activity on the console. Okay, so it is mandatory to have an account. So I already having an account, so I'm going to log in with my email ID. Whatever the email ID you are using, that email ID is going to act as your root user. Okay, I'm going to click next. Whatever the password you set during that registration, the same password you are going to enter here. Continue. This is where we are going to log in successfully to AWS Management Console. Here, important points what we need to understand. Okay. For you, if it is a newly created account, recently visited options will be blank. As a daily I have been practicing, the recently services options are available here. Don't use these options. We have to navigate the console and don't use the shortcuts to practice. Okay, we need to understand whatever the service we are going to choose. We have to click on the top left corner. You will find a services option, the services menu. You need to click on this services menu to get a desired service selection. Don't use the search button. Don't use these recently visited options. No, you have to choose whatever the service. You have to understand the category by clicking on the services. Under the category, what service is belongs to what category. That you need to practice every day whenever you are going to log into this management console. Okay, it is very much important. Don't use shortcuts. If you use the shortcuts, you are not in a position to get a practice. Okay, so we have to click on this services. This is the where we are going to get a different categories. These many hundreds of services are available under these categories. So we are going to daily, we are going to select one category. Under that category, we are going to choose one specific service to perform the action. Okay. So this is a service in this AWS Management Console. What is the services? Services is nothing but that particular configuration. If you are deploying a server deployment, what service I need to choose? To configure networking, what service I need to choose? Like that, we need to understand the category and select desired service. Okay, this is the first point which you need to understand. So services, the search option, if you are not able to find desired function under any category, you need to come over here and click on search and search whatever the option you are looking for. Okay. And then recently visited, whatever the services recently used, those lists will be published over here. But never use these shortcuts to do practice. Every time we are going to click on service and select and desired service we are going to select to proceed further. Okay, this is all about services. Next one, in this management console, next important point which we need to understand is here that right top corner you will find your account name, whatever the account name you mentioned during the account registration. This is the account name for the respective organization. Whatever the account you created, it is belongs to one organization. You as an organization. Currently, Srinivas AWS, it is my organization. For my organization, how many servers I need to manage, how many network components I need to configure. Everything it is under our control. However, you are going to design, you are in a position to design the environment as per your wish. That too, it is a free tier account. By following whatever the instructions we are going to discuss in this live session, just follow that instructions cautiously. Then you are not in a position to pay not even 1 rupee, not even $1. Okay. So this is the account information. The next one, The next circle, it is related to, what is this you are seeing here? North Virginia. What is this North Virginia? For before continuing this understanding about what is North Virginia, I am going to present one information, how AWS global infrastructure. What is AWS global infrastructure? This AWS global infrastructure talks about how many regions, how many availability zones, how many CloudFront POPs. What is this all about? AWS cloud provider having a data centers. A data center is nothing but a building. Under the building, all IT related equipment will be there in that building. That is nothing but a data center. So across the world, AWS spread across regions. What are the different regions? They are currently running across the world 33 regions. 33 regions they are supporting. They have that infrastructure ready to serve the customers. Right now, whatever the service we are going to connect, we are connected to one particular region. That region is nothing but North Virginia. We are connected to North Virginia. I am sitting at Bangalore and I am accessing cloud services, AWS cloud services, and it is connected to a region called North Virginia. North Virginia is in US, connected to US, and I'm selecting a respective service to work. Okay, what is this North Virginia? North Virginia is nothing but a region. What is a region? It is a geographical location. In this world map, you can find North Virginia, it is in US continent, and you will find in India, you find Hyderabad and Mumbai as a regions. These are two regions are available in India. Under each region, a region is nothing but a geographical location. Under each region, you can find availability zones. How many availability zones are there? There are 3 availability zones. What is the zones? Availability zones. Availability zone is nothing but data center. A full-fledged infrastructure building with having all network equipment, servers, infrastructure, all IT related infrastructure, full-fledged high-end configurations were deployed in the respective data center. The data center here in this AWS global infrastructure in respective region, how many data centers are there? There are 3 data centers. In Hyderabad itself, there are around the corner, 3 corners having 3 full-fledged data centers. The data center, they are going to call it as availability zone. Even if something goes wrong, one corner of Hyderabad having a flood or having a natural disaster, the other 2 availability zones able to function and fulfill the customer requirements without any data loss, without any impact to their services. Okay. If the complete Hyderabad is down, so that services, how we are going to work with the across the world, that is comes under availability we are going to discuss about. First of all, what is this reason? As soon as you log in to that AWS management console, wherever you are going to be, you are connected to one availability zone, one region. Under region, you are going to connect to one availability zone. By clicking on that arrow, next to arrow, this is a region, and you will find a small arrow. Once you click on that arrow, the list of regions are going to publish. Click on that arrow, which is under North Virginia, under US East, North Virginia is a country wherein you are connected to US East Availability Zone. Under North Virginia, how many availability zones are there? Out of availability zones, you are connected to one particular data center. The data center is nothing but availability zone. Is there any doubt? Any clarification? You can interrupt me at any point of time if you are not able to correlate, not able to understand. Okay. Don't hesitate to ask. Please be interactive to understand the topics. Okay. Okay.
Hi, Srinivas.
Hi.
Srinivas, for me, it is showing Stockholm.
Yes.
So, is it mandatory to select any location, or I can select, for example, if I'm working from India, do I need to select only the location nearby for me, or I
Okay.
can select any location?
Very good question, Mohammed. I'm going to come back to that point. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, what is this? I'm sitting at India and Bangalore. I'm presenting the sessions by sitting at my home and connected to my internet. And why it is connected instead of India? There is a global infrastructure. Under global infrastructure, India also there are two availability zones. One is Hyderabad is there, one is Mumbai is there. Sitting in Bangalore, I should able to connect. Why it is connecting to North Virginia? Okay. So here, what we need to understand here, this AWS global infrastructure make sure to provide a better service. Okay, it is going to make sure why you are connecting to AWS Management Console to use one service. You are planning to deploy one particular service. As soon as you connected to AWS Management Console, it is so intelligent enough and it is going to understand to fulfill your requirement to serve you better. It is going to understand out of 33 availability reasons, 33 reasons, out of 33 regions, which region under region, which availability zone having enough resources to serve you better. So currently North Virginia, it is decided here sufficient resources are there to fulfill my requirement. So I can choose, I can deploy any service without any interruption. I can change. If I want, I can change to, for example, I would like to deploy instead of not US, I would like to deploy in Mumbai. Where is Mumbai? Here, Mumbai, Asia specific Mumbai is there. I'm not getting Hyderabad. Okay. So I can choose the location. Based on the location, I can decide to work on resources, but that services are free or resources, sufficient resources are available or not. While working only, we'll come to know. If the service is not available, it is going to throw an error. This particular service is busy and not available to serve you. But if you continue, whatever the reason it is connected, if you continue, you will not get any interruption to perform your service. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry for the interruption. Yes, Mohammed, is it clear your doubt?
Yeah, it's clear for me. For example, Srinivas, if I am moving from one location to another location, okay, for
Mm-hmm.
example, I am in India now.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm going to travel after 2 weeks. Maybe I'm traveling to another country.
Okay.
If their location is already selected, when I go there, it will be on the same region or it will change automatically, or we need to change.
Okay. For example, you are doing a practice as it is a part of free tier account. It is AWS. Make sure you to get a better location to serve you better. For example, you deployed one server and you purchase the location. While you decided to host your services, you are going to get an option to choose a region and to choose a availability zone.
Okay.
So wherever you go, from wherever you are going to connect, as you are a paid customer, you are going to connect to whatever the services you opted. You will be connected to respective region, respective availability zone by default. As we are using a free tier account, you are going to work on understanding the concept and you are going to deploy the services and how the services are working. You are going to practice and see that you are going to test. So AWS is going to make sure to provide a best location to serve you better. If you don't want to practice, you would like to practice always on one location, no issues. Whenever you connect, you can simply click on this arrow and choose Mumbai or whatever the location you would like to. Okay?
Clear, Srinivas. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So in this particular navigation services, and we are going to see that account. Now we understood that what is AWS global infrastructure. What is that? AWS global infrastructure is nothing but how their infrastructure presence in how many regions. In each region, how many data centers they are providing services. So there are 33 regions currently. They are upcoming. Whatever the red dots you are seeing here, Taiwan coming soon. Like that, they are creating a new regions. Respective regions, they are going to deploy new availability zones. Those details will be published. Currently, they spread across 33 regions and 105 availability zones. We are going to understand what is the CloudFront POPs and edge locations, cache locations, and all those things we are going to understand in upcoming sessions. Okay. So what is the reason? Reason is,
Hello.
yes,
Hello.
yes, please.
Yeah, you mentioned data center. Where is the data center? How can we get the number of data center in the region?
Okay. See here, in this global infrastructure, for example, you are from UK, if I am not wrong. Okay. Let me choose UK. Where is that UK? Okay. Some location I selected, Cape Town. In this Cape
Uh,
Town,
you didn't select UK.
yeah, yeah,
You said you was going to select UK.
yeah. In this global infrastructure, you can select a green dot. This is a UK location. You are at Stockholm, Europe, that is UK, right? So here, this is
No, that is Stockholm is Denmark.
Denmark. It is an you not UK. Okay, it is
Yeah,
under
UK.
Europe.
That is Europe. Yeah,
Okay,
but yeah, you come close. That is London. Yeah.
okay. This is entire Europe is a continent, right? So under Europe, whatever the regions are available, everything it is going to represent as a Europe. Okay, okay. Currently, we are connected to London. This is a region, a geographical location. Under this London region, how many availability zones? There are three availability zones. Availability zone is nothing but a data center. What is a data center? A full-fledged IT infrastructure. What is IT infrastructure? Having a servers, physical systems, network systems, storage systems, all those components are placed in a building that is nothing but a data center. That same data center in AWS is going to represent as availability zone. Is it clear, Guardian?
Yes, it's clear. So it means we have three available zones within London. It means we have 3 data centers in that zone.
Exactly.
Okay.
At whenever you are going to connect AWS Management Console, by default, you will be connected to one availability zone, not all. Whatever the selection you are going to do, by default, you will be connected. See here, Europe, London. Out of 3 availability zones, you will be connected to EU West 2 availability zone. Availability zone is nothing but a data center. Whatever the service you are going to select, that service will be configured and deployed in the respective availability zone. Okay. If you are not speaking, please go on mute. Thank you. If you want to speak up, then only please unmute so that others are not going to get distracted. Thanks for understanding. Okay. Let's move on. We understood what is availability zone, what is the reason, where we are connecting as soon as we connect to a particular AWS management console. AWS management console is nothing but it is a front-end web interface. By navigating with our mouse, we are in a position to navigate with this mouse. How easily we can select a service, how easily we can deploy a specific service. I'm going to showcase how easily we are able to deploy. Hope you understand what is the service section, what is the reason, what is the availability zone. Okay. Now I'm going to switch over to the account. What is the account? What information you are in a position to find out? There is a small arrow will be there. In that arrow, you need to find out what is my account. As soon as you click on account, you will get a details about your billing information. You are going to get about your billing information. What is the billing? What is the account setting and all those things. Under the same account, you will find complete information about your free tier utilization. You can see here, this is a free tier. What is the current free tier utilization? Currently, you registered your account with a free tier. Out of free tier limitation, what is my consumption? As you created a first time account, this free tier account, it is going to showcase as a 00. No information is going to present. Okay. And this free tier account information will be published on monthly basis. That means whatever the services, whatever the uses every month from this first of the month until end of the month will be considered as a one cycle. So if we can see that what is free tier limitation, yesterday we noticed that AWS free tier limitations. AWS free tier limitation, you can click on AWS free tier limitations, wherein what are the things we are going to get. Okay, these are the first service which you are going to practice today. That is compute. Under compute, we are going to understand Amazon EC2, Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud is represented as a EC2, and this particular service is for free for 12 months and each month 750 hours. Even if you deploy one server, how much time you are going to practice? Maybe 10 hours, not any problem. You are happy to practice until per month 750 hours free without paying anything. You can practice, you can deploy, you can delete, you can create again. 750 hours practice is for every month. Like that, you can understand whatever the services you are going to use, you can practice that particular function. Every session, whenever you are going to connect to this particular AWS management console, you are in a position to get a billing section. In this account, as soon as you click on Srinivas AWS, this is my account name. Similar way, you will find your account information, account name on the top right corner. Under that arrow, once you click on that arrow, you will find account. Once you click on account, you will get this particular page. In this particular page, you can click on that bills, you can click on payments, all those details will be available here. Okay. So whatever the information you are in a position to get, all this information is going to be available under this billing and section. Okay. The same function you are in a position to get by choosing services, and you are going to get an option of cloud financial management. This is a category. Cloud financial management, here we are in a position to understand services related to cost, billing, and everything. Whatever the cost you are going to pay, how much I need to pay, what is the consumption, everything is going to be presented here in this cloud financial management category. In this category, you will find billing and cost management and AWS billing conductor and AWS marketplace. These are the important parameters. Every session, whenever you are going to start, in this practice session, we are going to understand what date we connected, what reason we connected, what services we are going to work. And at the same time, as it is a first session which we connected to AWS Management Console, there is no usage, there is no billing. So next session onwards, whatever the service you used, it is mandatory to verify everyday practice on this cloud financial management and billing and cost management. Why this is so important? Okay, we need to understand cloud fundamentals. I am going to explain cloud fundamentals in a short time, wherein you are going to understand what is my billing, how much I need to pay. Every details will be there under this billing and cost management. We need to understand what is, why I'm paying.
bó ti sọ ló ti attack bọ́ ẹ̀mí ọ̀hún fún ìbọn yẹn torí ẹ̀ ló ń ṣe máa bá mi wálé ló ṣe máa ṣe.
Please mute yourself. Thanks for understanding. If you want to speak up, then only unmute yourself. Thank you. So here you can see that month to date cost. As I said, every month start date, it is going to count as a billing cycle start date. And the billing cycle, whatever you are going to see, how much bill you need to pay, what is the consumption, everything will be displayed in this cost management form, wherein from the 1st of August, today is 4th of August, until today, what is month to date cost? That is a bill. What is the forecast message? What is the forecast? Total forecast for current month. What is the forecast? From the August 1st until 31st August, what would be the forecast? Based on my usage, it is going to present forecast usage. That is this much. Why you are going to get this much? You are going to get a 0 because you are under free tier. My free tier is already exhausted, and I am paying bill for whatever I am using. Okay, we are going to understand billing and cloud fundamentals. So this is a navigation, and we understood in the as soon as you connected to cloud management console, AWS management console, you will be connected to a region, one of the availability zone by default. That is a region where you are going to deploy services, configure services. Why it is connected to different regions other than your base location? Because AWS management console makes you work properly, seamlessly, without any interruption. It is going to connect the best data center, the best availability zone to serve you better. You can change, you are free to navigate, and you can deploy the services wherever you want. But the service, the availability based on resources availability in the respective region and availability zone. If it is detected by default, it is connected to one automated region and availability zone. You will not face any issues. Whatever the service you select, it will be available in that respective region. Okay. Now, we are going to understand some basic understanding about what is a cloud. We are talking about cloud. What is a cloud? A cloud is nothing but accessing using a specific service. What service? It may be portal, website interface, or any server, or a network device, or a storage device, any service that is going to consider as a service. Whatever the function you are going to select, that is a service that will be available over the internet. That is nothing but a cloud. A usage of a specific IT service over the internet. You are using your system, laptop or mobile or whatever the device. That device will be connected to internet. From internet, you are accessing a specific service which is hosted on public cloud. A accessing using a service over the internet is nothing but a cloud. Okay. Now, what is the cloud? For every cloud, there is a basic fundamentals. If you go for Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, whatever the cloud it may be, what is that cloud? What is a private cloud and public cloud? What is a public cloud and private cloud? Public cloud and private cloud is nothing but public cloud. I can connect. You are going to connect. There are 40, 100 users are there. All are going to connect the AWS cloud at this particular moment. That means you are using a public, you are using a service. That is nothing but AWS is a public cloud. What is a private cloud? The private cloud is nothing but restricted to only specific persons. The specific persons is nothing but organizational. A specific organization is accessing a IT infrastructure that is considered as an on-prem, or in another terminology, they are going to mention as a private cloud. A cloud is nothing but accessing the resources over the internet. For example, you are connecting to your office by sitting at home. That is nothing but your office is going to act as a private cloud. Only you are in a position to connect your organization. Why? You have a user ID, you have a password, only you can connect. If I am trying to connect, I don't have your organization email ID, I don't have permission to connect organization. That's the reason only specific people accessing IT infrastructure, that is nothing but a private cloud. In another terminology, it is on-prem data center. Earlier days, they are going to call it as an on-prem, a data center. Now the same data center on-prem, on-premises, organization related data center, that is on-prem. That same now they are calling as a private cloud. Why private cloud? Even you are sitting at home and connecting to office over the internet connection. That is private cloud. Hope you understand. AWS is now as a public cloud. Hope you understand differentiation between public cloud and private cloud. There is a hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud. What is a hybrid cloud? We understood that public, private, now hybrid. What is hybrid? Whatever the organization is managing both locations in the sense organization having a IT services in the respective location of the organization, and some services will be deployed and managed in a public cloud. That means a IT resource, just like I am belongs to one organization, some services I can connect to my organization portal, to use a specific services. Some services will be there. I am connecting to AWS cloud. That is having a private cloud and public cloud to fulfill one organization requirement, that is comes under hybrid cloud. Now hope you understand what is a cloud. Accessing a specific IT service over the internet is nothing but a cloud. Is it accessible only specific people or all public? That is a differentiation of private and public. Okay. Now we are going to understand before deploying. Today we are going to deploy one particular system. Why we are going to deploy? What is the necessity of deploying a system? Okay. I am going to give you basic example of traditional IT deployment, traditional IT infrastructure. How this traditional IT infrastructure is going to work. For example, how many users are going to connect? Users, how many users are going to use, for example, Flipkart or Amazon sale or Thanksgiving Day, there is a public offering. Like you need to connect to website to purchase a product, to purchase a grocery item, or to book a flight ticket. For everything, we need to connect to a browser interface wherein we need to enter our details, login and password. How you are able to use that login and password? That user able to enter username and password is nothing but the background. That application developer need to develop an application. That you need to develop an application. What application they are going to develop? The developer application, a web interface or application integration, all those things. Application need to develop, design a program, they need a system. What system? Is it a Windows system or a Linux system? Why they need? Without operating system, application cannot be installed. This is a relation. Why application is required? To fulfill user requirements. Based on user, how many users are going to connect my web interface, my organizational web interface to do their necessary action. So based on number of users which are going to connect, application is going to design. That application is going to design in such a way that what operating system is required to function properly. Okay, operating system is decided, Windows or Linux, whatever it may be. Then to deploy an operating system, what I need? I need a system. What is a system? System is nothing but having a CPU, memory, storage, network. These components will be there on a system. Generally, to deploy an operating system, I need to purchase a system. How many systems I need to purchase? Based on that, I need to invest. I need to purchase a hardware to configure all these things. So, without purchasing, I need to purchase a system. Once system is available, I need to load an operating system. To load an operating system, I need to download ISO image or I need to purchase a CD to configure, to install that particular system as a Windows server or a Linux server. Once that server configuration is done, then only application team is in a position to work on the system and design the application to fulfill user requirements. That means to fulfill user requirements, I need to invest. I need to have a system. I need to purchase. I need to deploy a administrator, a Wintel administrator or a Linux administrator to configure the OS. I don't know. To configure Windows, to configure Linux, I need to deploy a Windows administrator as Linux administrator. Once they done that their configuration, then it is goes to application team to configure. This is a traditional way of approach to fulfill a specific user requirement. Without anything knowledge, I am not going to purchase a system. I am not going to purchase any Windows license or Linux license, not in a position to download any ISO image, no need to have any knowledge on how to configure Windows or Linux operating system. Directly, I can use the system by navigating in this particular AWS management console. Where to go, how to deploy. For example, today we are going to practice a Windows server deployment. See here, I am going to click on services. Where I connected, you need to note it down where we connected. It is important. As soon as you are ready to start the practice, the first thing, date. What date? Today is 4th August. You need to mention connected region, North Virginia. And then what service I am going to use? I am going to use compute service. Under compute service, I am going to use EC2 is a service I am using to practice. What is EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud. Both C's, it is mentioned as EC2. How to deploy this service? I am going to click on services. Always, whenever you are going to choose a service, click on services, choose a category. First of all, you are not sure where it is. I would like to deploy Windows Server. Now there are different categories available. Initially, first time you may get a confusion where to go, where to start. There are different services are available. You are going to click on each and every service and click on each and everything, understanding basic naming convention. So you can see that whatever the server we are talking about to deploy to fulfill application team requirements, we need to deploy a server. Where that server? By looking at that compute. Compute is nothing but it is a system infrastructure, server infrastructure. See here under compute there are different categories are available. Under this different categories we are going to choose out of all these we are going to choose EC2. What is EC2? Virtual servers in a cloud. Virtual servers in the cloud. EC2 is nothing but virtual servers. What is a virtual server? In yesterday's session I told you what is a system. A system is nothing but a physical visualization. You are working on your system, your laptop is there, from your laptop you connected. That is a physical system. The same system will be created as a virtual system by using virtualization. Virtualization platforms like VMware, Hyper-V, Microsoft, Nutanix, different virtualization platforms are there. The physical server will be by using physical server. On top of physical server, they are going to use virtualization component. By using the virtualization component, they are going to create a virtual systems. That is what we are going to select. Now you are not sure what is the underlying virtualization. That same virtualization they are designed in such a way that this is a front-end application. Whatever the navigation you are doing, whatever the option you are selecting, this is a front-end web interface. As soon as you select a desired function, the background, it is going to initiate creation of virtual system by coordinating with a virtualization layer that we are not going to visualize in this cloud portal. A cloud portal is nothing but it is going to use the background one physical system. On the top of physical system, by using a virtualization operating system, it is going to create a virtual system. Virtual system can be considered as a virtual system, virtual server, that is nothing but EC2. Here, that is the service we are selecting, EC2 service. Okay, this is a virtual servers in the cloud is nothing but EC2 functionality, EC2 service. Okay, why we need to choose start with EC2? There are different services are available. Why not we start with other things? Why I need to start with EC2 compute only? It is because we are working on a specific requirement. What is my specific requirement? I need to fulfill this particular service. I need to fulfill this user requirement. Application is team looking for a system to design that application. This is where I am decided to use the cloud portal to deploy a Windows system. Why I am deploying Windows system? To fulfill the application requirement. So I decided to deploy Windows system. That Windows system where to go in this cloud portal? That is where compute and EC2 I am selecting. Okay, under this EC2, this is a dashboard. Okay, this is the dashboard. We can say that under EC2 dashboard, you will find different names. Okay, here till now we discussed about system, we discussed about server. What is a system? What is a desktop? What is a client and server? What is this? All the terminologies. First of all, we understood that user, based on the user, I decided to whatever things it may be. Okay. Now, what is the relation between server and desktop? The same system. System is nothing but is having a CPU, memory, and all those things, right? Storage, network, and motherboard. Now the same system, how you are going to call it as a desktop or server? What is the server versus desktop? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between server and desktop? What is a server versus desktop? Can anyone tell me?
Desktop is meant for specific user, and server would be handling for multiple users.
Yes. Any specific? Anyone?
Yes, this is Lokesh. If any specific server is installed on desktop, then it will be called as a server.
What is a desktop? The same system I'm going to call
Yes.
it as a desktop. The same system I'm going to call it as a server. What is a desktop versus server? Whatever the previous answer I received, that is exactly correct. A desktop is a single user interface. For example, I am using my laptop. If I connect to this laptop, no other user able to log into this system. Only one single user interface is available to work on this system. There is no multiple sessions available. That is a desktop. What is a desktop operating system? There are different Windows desktop operating systems are there. The same system, if you install a desktop operating system, that same system will be call it as a desktop system. If you install a server, what is a server operating system? Multi-user interface. Multiple users can access. That is a server. Whenever we are going to design an application to fulfill number of users, that application is going to work as a server application. Why server application? Because that application is designed to fulfill number of users. So definitely I need to choose a system. For every system, how much CPU, how much memory, how much storage. It is all depends upon what kind of data it is going to process. how many requests are going to come into picture. Based on that, that system configuration, how much CPU, how much memory, how much storage, how much data it is going to store, how much data transfer it is going to send the communication from one system to other system. These all things components are called system. On this system, if you install a operating system related to server, that system is going to call it as a server. Now, if you install a Windows Server operating system, that same system will be represented as a Windows Server system. Windows Server. If you install on same system a Red Hat Linux, you are going to call it as a Linux server. In the same way, here in this EC2, whatever the system you are going to deploy, that technical name, here it is going to call it as a instance. Don't get confused. Instance is nothing but a represents a virtual system. Other technical name in AWS cloud. In AWS cloud, whatever the system, whatever the server you are going to deploy, that is going to represent as a instance. Okay, clear? So here, what I'm going to do, getting a launch Amazon EC2 instance, which is a virtual server in the cloud. A instance is a technical name in AWS cloud. That is nothing but a virtual server in the cloud. What is instance? It is nothing but a virtual server in the cloud. I have an option launch instance. I'm going to click on launch instance. As soon as I click on launch instance, it is going to provide an option. As I'm explaining and doing this particular action, it is going to take a little time. Generally, this system deployment is going to complete within 2 or 3 minutes. Generally, in a traditional environment, it is going to take how much time it is going to take. Once you plan to install a Windows operating system, you need to download ISO image. Then Wintel admin is required to install that operating system. It may take 30 minutes to 1 hour. That means you can imagine how much time you need to spend one system configuration deployment. Now I am not purchasing any system. I am not downloading any ISO image. I no need to pay anything to license of Windows Server. So simply I am going to choose in this EC2 component, EC2 service. EC2 service is nothing but deploying virtual servers in the cloud. The same virtual servers will be represented as an instance. Now I am launching an instance. Now what is my instance? I am planning to deploy Windows Server. Windows Server. Yes, I mentioned Windows Server. You can mention there are different categories available here in this section. You can see here. For every launch instance, you will find first name is name. What is the name? You are going to mention the name. Then you are going to configure this all these parameters. Application, what is the instance type, what is a key pair, what is a network setting, what is a configure storage, what is advanced details. These parameters one by one we are going to understand and implement the service. Okay, let's proceed. First name is mentioned. Perfect. Let's proceed next. What next? I am going to expand application and OS images. Once I expand, you can see that predefined configuration, Amazon Linux. If you want to install Mac OS, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, SUSE, you can click on browse here. You can specify what application you would like to deploy. You can. Now I would like to deploy a Windows operating system, server operating system. I am going to select Windows. As soon as I select Windows, in the bottom of the Windows, you can see that there are different versions are available. Microsoft Server 2022, Microsoft Server 2019, 2016. All these operating systems you can choose. But what you need to notice here, whatever the operating system you are going to select, at the corner you should able to find this free tier eligible option. This is important. There are other options available. If that free tier option is not there, let me drop down here. Once I drop down here, only free tier eligible for only few selections. From this onwards, I am not getting option of free tier. If I am not getting a free tier, if I select this free tier, the charges will be applicable. The charges will be applicable. So you have to choose whatever the free tier to avoid any billing. So I selected either you can plan for 2022 operating system or 2019 operating system. Even you no need to have a knowledge on what is 2019, what is 2022. You can deploy a server and you can practice how the server is. You are not in a position to understand, no problem. You can deploy and do the practice. Okay, for that too free. So I'm going to select 2022 base. There is a core is option is available. What is a base and what is a core base? A Wintel administrator able to understand what is a core and what is a base. I am going to select 2022 base and then make sure whatever the operating system you are selecting here, the corner you should able to find a free tier eligible. Now application OS selection is done. Next, instance type. Come down, you will find instance type. Once you expand instance type, you will find again the free tier eligible. What is instance type? Instance type is nothing but system model. For example, if you go to market, you are planning to purchase a laptop. There is a Dell laptop, Acer laptop, HP laptop, IBM, Lenovo laptop. That each model, for example, you decided to go with Lenovo laptop. In the Lenovo itself, there are different models. What are the different models? Some system is having a configuration of Intel generation 9, Intel generation 11. What is that? CPU configuration, memory configuration, storage configuration. The same configuration here it is available. What are the different configurations? Instance type. Again, here also you need to make sure you have to select the top corner should be there, free tier eligible. This is a T2 micro. Under T2 micro, you are in a position to get one CPU, 1 GB memory configuration for your system. There are other configurations, but those are not eligible for free tier. You must understand, you should not select. If you select any of this, for example, C5 4x large, if you select this operating system, this instant model, this hardware configuration, that is 16 vCPU, 30 GB memory configuration, if you select, what is the price of that system? You can see that the price per hour, how much is the charge? See here, how much is the charge? You are going to get a billing of this particular charge. Why you are not having a free tier option here? What is a free tier eligible? According to whatever the free tier, if you select, there is no billing. Okay, so make sure whatever the model you are going to select, that should be having a free tier option. If you are not selecting or you are not happy with that configuration, the bill will come. If you install a Windows based installation, the bill will be $1.416 per hour. We understood that we are under free tier and we have a 750 hours of free. That is not going to be applicable here. Why? You are not selecting a free tier. Okay, please be cautious. Make sure you are selecting a free tier for operating system and the hardware configuration free tier should be there. Okay, I'm going to select here and I'm going to use free tier. As soon as free tier is available, whatever the configuration details it is going to showcase, the price, whatever the price it is going to showcase, this price after 750 hours of free time, after 750 hours of free usage, this bill is going to be applicable. Okay, so I selected free tier, instance type is done, then this application is done, these two configuration done. Under application and OS images, I selected Windows and 2022 operating system. Under instance type, I selected free tier configuration, 1 CPU, 1 GB memory. Then what is a key pair? The key pair is nothing but if you are in a traditional environment, if you are deploying a system, Windows system or a Linux system, during that installation, what you need to do, you have to provide a password, username and password to log into the system. Now this particular portal, the system is already predefined, but I don't know what password is there configured. How to log in? System is going to deploy, that is fine. But how to log into that system? What password it is configured? So this key pair is going to help to get that password, to get that credentials. How it is going to help? During this OS image, the template creation, what they do is they created a public file, public key in that particular OS. In this, by using key pair, we are going to create a key pair. See here, option create a key pair. What is a key pair we are going to create? A private key we are going to create. Windows Server key. We are going to create a key by selecting a file format of extension .pem. For Windows systems, we are going to use PEM extension, and tomorrow next session we are going to deploy Linux system. During the Linux system, how to get the password we are going to understand. Currently, as we are deploying Windows system, we have to create a private key. Why we need to create a private key? Whatever the key we are going to create, that key will be matched with the public key which is already configured by Amazon, that AWS. Once this public key and whatever the key you are going to create, once both are matched, you are in a position to get the password. Okay, so creating a key pair, what we are doing? The lock is already there in the system. To open that lock, you are going to create a key to open that lock. That lock is nothing but a public key. Now, whatever the key you are going to create, it is a private key. Once public and private key both matches, you are in a position to get the password to log into the system. Okay. I am going to click on create key pair. The key pair, it is going to download. The key pair, what are the key pair downloaded? It is going to download to your download folder. Keep it there. I'll come back. Key pair is created. Next, network settings. In this network settings, by default, whatever the system you are going to create, by default, it is going to allow RDP traffic. What is RDP traffic? You can see that RDP traffic as Windows system, how we can connect remotely. This server, where it is this server? This server is getting deployed in US. In US East location, there is a North Virginia region. Under North Virginia region, there is a availability zone that is nothing but a data center. This particular virtual system is getting deployed in US location. But how to connect from sitting in Bangalore? I am sitting in Bangalore. How to connect that server? That's where it is going to allow traffic from my system. The traffic will be allowed to access that system, that is RDP traffic, remote connection to that system. By default, it is going to allow RDP traffic. What is anywhere? Anywhere in the represent the network representation 0.0.0/0, the network representation, any network, whatever the IP address you might have, that it is going to allow from any network, it is going to allow RDP traffic. Okay, what is RDP? What is the application port numbers? We are going to understand under networking concepts, that firewall networking. While discussing about networking, I'll explain what is IP address, what is a subnet, what is a classes, and all those things we are going to understand. Currently, we are deploying a system, that is a Windows system, that is going to deployed in US. By sitting in India, how to connect that system over RDP traffic. Leave the default. I am not changing anything. Leave it default under network settings. No changes on network settings. Configure storage. By default, the storage is configured with 30 GB. Even I am not doing any modification under configure storage. No modification. And no modification and advanced details. What are the instructions I provided here? Just I provided name, under application and OS images I selected. Yes, Umesh, you raise a hand.
Yes, yes. Actually, just now related RDP session, you informed that we can allocate RDP sessions to access from network.
Yes.
But as initially discussed that if you select zone and all, then if it is allowed to only Indian public IPs and other means any specific group of IDs, then how it will work?
Okay, very good point. That is what here under networking, we need to understand this terminology. What is the terminology? Anywhere. What is anywhere? Anywhere this representation of 0.0.0/0 represents any public IP. Any IP. From any IP, I can access the server which is located in US. Okay, that North Virginia under respective availability zone, whatever the server I am deploying, that server can be accessible over the RDP from any IP across the world, from any location. Okay, that representation anywhere. That anywhere network representation is 0.0.0/0. Yeah.
Okay. If you restrict them with a specific public IP, then we will not able to access the VMs, right?
Yes, that is we are going to discuss under VPC, how to
Okay.
restrict access and all those things. While creating a VPC, you can see here, if I drop down, there is a custom IP, custom network, my IP, different options will be there. As it
Okay.
is the initial session, we need to understand what action we are doing. During that networking VPC, while talking about VPC, virtual private cloud, where how to secure the environment, how to restrict the traffic, what ports, what firewalls we are going to configure, everything we are going to understand under VPC. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So in this EC2 deployment, Windows Server deployment, I just mentioned the name of the system, application image, and hardware configuration, and to get the password, what action to be done. These are all the details. I just left it as the default options. Okay, just to explain, I have taken nearly half an hour time to explain all these things. The same system I'm going to deploy in less than 2 minutes. Okay, let's see that. Let it deploy. We already configured This is a preview summary. What are the settings we selected till now? This is, see here, Windows Server 2022 and server instance type T2 micro. T2 micro is nothing but that instance hardware configuration model name. Just like Lenovo, Dell Latitude, the model configuration based on Dell Latitude 300, 400, whatever the model name, the same model name here in AWS, it is going to mention as a T2 micro. T2 micro represents some configuration. Okay. And security group, what is a firewall it is allowed? What is the storage volume it is configured? And you are understanding what you are there, you are able to get this entire configuration for 750 hours free to deploy. Once this review is done, just click on launch instance. This instance is getting launched, this system is getting deployed without having any knowledge, without having any OS ISO image, without extensive knowledge of how to configure operating system. Within simple 2 steps. Now the system is getting ready. Let it ready. I'm going to move to again same how easily I'm going to deploy within less than 2 to 3 minutes. Let's see that. Connected to AWS Management Console. I'm click on services. I'm going to click on compute. I'm going to click on EC2. And the same dashboard it is going to come. I'm going to click launch instance. I'm going to mention Windows Server 002 and selecting Windows and operating system 2022 base. I'm selecting now 2019 base. I need to make sure free tier eligible is there. That is fine. And configuration 1 CPU, that is only eligible for free tier. That is there. Create a key pair. I'm going to click on create a key pair and I'm going to mention Windows Server key 002. Time extension, create a key pair. That's it. Nothing. Everything is default. Launch instance. How much time I spent? Not even 2 minutes. The server is getting deployed and the servers will be available. See here, initial system explained each and every step that is getting deployed. And you will find the details, the system is ready and able to connect. The status text is going to represent as a checks. It is going to perform some kind of health check. And once it is showing as a 2 by 2 checks passed, then you are able to connect that system. Okay, let it complete. The status check should be showcased as a 2 by 2 checks passed. It is going to complete within 2 or 3 minutes. Once it is ready to connect, how to get the password? What are the details I need to use to connect remotely that system? How easily without having any knowledge on Windows Server installation, without having any system, without paying anything, I am able to work on a Windows Server which is there on cloud, which is deployed by me without having any knowledge, just navigating the mouse by understanding the basic things. Okay, so let's see that. See here, 2 by 2 checks passed. That means this particular system is ready to connect. As soon as you select the checkbox, you will get a details underneath of this particular dashboard. You can find there are IP details, public IP address, private IP address. Now, which IP address I need to use to connect that particular system which is available at North Virginia? Do I need to use private IP address or do I need to use public IP address? Okay, to connect this system, we are going to use a tool called remote desktop connection. We are going to use a tool. By default, every laptop is going to have this particular tool, that is remote desktop connection. In this remote desktop connection, to connect any Windows system, it may be desktop, it may be Windows server, any system to connect, we need to have a tool called remote desktop connection. If you type remote, you will find remote desktop connection. What is this remote desktop connection? This is an internal Microsoft tool to connect any system which is sitting remotely. Where I am in? I am sitting in my home in Bangalore and accessing, I am trying to connect which the server which is deployed in US data center, that is availability zone. To connect that, I need to provide an IP address. Computer, what is IP address? What are the name? The details available here. Now you need to understand, do I need to use public or do I need to use private? Now, who is going to tell me what is a private IP address? No need to worry. Whoever new to this IT, we are going to discuss about IP address configuration details in VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. There I am going to conduct at least 2 to 3 sessions only networking to understand the, to explain the basics and make you to understand clear about networking basics. Okay, there you are able to understand. Here just understand what is a private IP, what is a public IP. Which one I need to use to connect this system? Which one I need to use? Anyone?
You need a public IP.
Public IP. Why public? Why not private?
Is it because you are accessing cloud instance?
Okay. See, the private is the IP address. If you are part of the network, am I part of North Virginia in respective availability zone? If I am sitting in North Virginia in the respective data center, then I will be able to access with the private IP address. Currently, where I am in, I am sitting in India and server is locating in somewhere else. What the service? I am using over the internet. So I have to use public IP address. Okay. So I'm going to copy. This is one information. Whenever you want to connect any system remotely, first I need to have a IP or name. What is a name? Name is nothing but FQDN, fully qualified domain name. That means in the same details you can find public IP DNS. DNS is nothing but domain name system. Either I can use IP address or FQDN. This is a DNS name of the system. Anything. Now what next? Once yes, I found this information, I'm going to use the IP address or FQDN. Okay, public IP or public DNS. That is perfectly fine. I'm going to mention these details. Now I'm going to click on connect. As soon as I click on connect, it is going to prompt me what is a username, what is a password I have to enter here. What is the username and password I need to enter? Where to get username and password details? Am I getting the details in this particular page? I only received IP details or the name of the system. But where is the username and password? Here, you can, as soon as you can see that now currently there is no checkbox is selected, and you can see on the top there is an options available here. There is a connect, instant state, actions option is there. I am going to select, as soon as I select Windows Server, the connect option will be highlighted. Initially, without selecting the checkbox, the connect option is grayed out. As soon as I select respective server, the connect option is enabled. I am going to click on that connect option. Under connect option, there is a 3 options to connect the same system 3 ways. I can connect by using session manager. I can use RDP client. What is this? This is nothing but whatever the remote desktop connection is nothing but RDP client. Okay. And there is another option EC2 serial console. So which option I need to select? I need to choose RDP client. Under RDP client, there are options. Username is there. I am going to copy the username. Let it copy the username. What is the username? Administrator. Then what is the password? How to get the password? Here you have an option get password. As soon as you click on get password, it is going to prompt you to upload a private key. Whatever the key pair you generated during that deployment phase, instance deployment phase, that key pair need to upload. I'm going to click on upload private key file. There are under downloads, there are 2 key pairs are there. Which one I need to select? Whatever the key pair during the deployment phase you downloaded, that same key pair you have to attach to get the password. If you attach any other key pair, it is, for example, I'm selecting a wrong key pair. What it is going to throw an error? Let's see that. I'm selecting this. Click on open. Decrypt password. Am I getting the password? I'm not getting the password. That means it is a wrong key. I'm not able to open the lock. So I need to attach a right key which is configured during the launch instance deployment configuration. It is important to have this file. Once open, once select a decrypt password, now you can see that password is generated. This is a password I need to use copy, and with this password I am able to connect. Now already it is prompting for username and password. I am going to enter username administrator. And what is the password? I am going to enter the password of this. Enter. Yes, I am able to connect. The server which is deployed in US North region under respective availability zone by sitting in India, by sitting at my home. So how easily I deployed a system. Now if you want to configure, if you want to practice, it is free. You can do whatever the R&D you would like to do on this system. You can deploy Linux. Next session we are going to showcase how to deploy a Linux system. Okay, how to create, how to connect Linux system. Now it is IT environment is looking for multi-talented people, multi-skill, who should able to manage Windows server. The same person need to manage Linux server. You should not say that I don't know anything. This is the environment is providing free access to the server environment. You can create a multiple servers. You can create whatever the services you would like to configure. You can create a live environment replication here. Okay, without having any infrastructure within your hand. You are deploying your entire live environment for your organization under this particular cloud by using free time, 750 hours of free time. How many servers? For example, I deployed today 2 systems. 2 systems deployed. How much time I spent each system? Not even 1 hour. Today 2 hours consumed. If I leave this system as it is for 24 hours, that means it is going to consume out of my 750 hours of free time, it is going to consume 24 hours. If I leave this system as it is for entire month, that means 30 days. That is 30 days. 30 days into 24 hours, 720. Still it is less than 750. You can R&D, you can practice left and right, even though it is not crossing 750 hours. Now I deployed two systems. I deployed how many systems deployed? There are two systems deployed. I am going to go to instances. There are two systems are there. Now both systems I leave it as it is until 30 days. Each 24 hours. That means 48 hours for these two systems utilization per a day. 30 days into 48 hours. 1440. That means what is my free tier limitation? 750. 690 hours I need to pay. What is per hour charge? Per hour charge is $0.162. $0.162. That's the reason in this cloud portal, by using this free service, you are going to practice. Once practice is done, once you successfully connected, and once you deployed whatever the configuration you would like to configure. Now this is a system. For example, you would like to practice on an Active Directory installation. Yes, you can practice Active Directory installation. Why not? You are configuring a Linux system. In that Linux system, you are going to work on disk management, how to create a root volume, how to create a logical volume. Yes, you can practice. Who is going to stop you? You are having a free access to this server. Okay, so that is a excellent features the cloud provider is providing. That too AWS is providing 12 months free. Each month 750 hours. No other cloud provider is providing this facility. If you go of Azure, if you go to Google Cloud, no other cloud provider is specially providing this kind of facility to gain the access. That is the reason AWS is industry leader. They are providing free services for 12 months. You can understand how the infrastructure is capable enough. How many free users are using currently in the AWS? Even though that infrastructure is capable enough, you are able to get the service. How seamlessly you are able to access. Now you can deploy whatever the configuration, add roles, Active Directory installation you can do. See, even having one CPU, 1 GB memory, the system is performing seamlessly. Imagine a server with one CPU, 1 GB memory. Will you be able to get this kind of performance? That is the underlying virtualization technology it is going to use. Okay, even though it is having one CPU, 1 GB memory, the system is able to perform very well. You are not able to see that any performance glitch. Okay, so this is the way you can practice. Now my practice is done. My practice is done. I am going to deploy, come back to that, connect to. If you are closing the session, for example, I am going to close this session. Next day I am connecting from other location. I am using another location. Let me log into this AWS Management Console. Sign in. I am using other browser. Let's see that where it is going to connect. I am going to use now where I connected North Virginia. For example, you connected to different region Seoul. Now I have two systems deployed, right? Where I deployed two systems, I'm going to click on services. I'm going to go to compute. I'm going to click on EC2. Where my systems? Where my systems? Instances. I supposed to have two instances. My instances are not available. Where those systems? Whatever the systems we are going to deploy, that certain services, regional specific. Regional specific. What is a regional specific? For example, I'm going to click on Cloud Financial Management to understand my billing. As soon as billing and cost management is selected, now you can see that it is, what is this? Is it showing any reason? It is showing as a global. So whatever the services are available, each service will be represented as a regional service or a global service. If you deploy a service that is belongs to regional service, to access that component, you need to go to that specific region. You will not get, for example, I connected to Seoul. I didn't deploy that region service, EC2 service in Seoul. That's the reason that EC2 instances are not visible in Seoul region. Why? That what are the services I deployed, those are deployed in North Virginia. That service, EC2 service, is a regional specific. Wherever you deployed, you need to go back to that same region. For example, if you close and tomorrow you connect back, during that connect back, and at that time that region, it is going to connect a different region to serve you better. So how to avoid a billing? If I leave these two instances, what will happen? At the end of the month, I'll be get a bill of nearly $50. Nearly $15 because 690 hours of success uses apart from free tier. So it is very much important whenever you are going to do a practice, at the end of the practice, you need to clean up. You need to clean up. The every section is going to start with the same action. End of practice, whatever the services you deployed, you need to choose a compute, choose EC2 and click on instances, select instances and terminate. These actions for every session, whenever you are going to start, okay? Whenever you are going to start, you need to note it down, what action you are doing, what date you connected. The initial starting I mentioned as 4th August. What reason you connected? You need to understand the reason which you connected and what are the services you used. It is always best what are the actions you are performing under management console, document it. Click on services. What next? You are clicking on compute. What next? You are choosing EC2. Then it is prompt me is dashboard, EC2 dashboard. Under EC2 dashboard, it is possible, if it is possible, you can create a technical document. The technical document is going to act as an SOP, standard operating procedure, how to deploy a Windows server. What are the steps you are going to perform? Step by step procedure. If you prepare a technical documentation, taking a screen capture for each and every step by connecting to this management console. Okay, so I'm switching over to services, compute and EC2. Now you can take a screen capture of this. Taking a screen capture. Now you are going to prepare a diagram like what is the sections you are going to. So you never forget anything. This same action you keep on do it. The third time onwards, you no need to refer the documentation or refer the video. That as simple as that. So easy to deploy a service. Okay, prepare the documentation so that you are in a position to perform the technical documentation. What are the steps you are going to perform? you are in a position to perform the technical documentation. I am selecting EC2. Now I am not able to see any instances. Why I am not able to see any instances? Because my region is connected to COL, but my services earlier deployed under US East, North Virginia. I am switching over to North Virginia. So every service is a regional specific. Some services are global services. Two types of services: regional service or a global service. Okay. Now see here instance. Whatever the instances are deployed, I notice those two instances are available only under North Virginia. There are multiple regions, 33 regions are available. Some are available, some are grayed out. Why it is grayed out? For a free tier account, these regions are not available. For a free tier account, these regions are not available. These are caste specific reasons. Okay. So as part of this practice, what I am going to do at the session end of the practice, I am going to perform end of practice. Click on services, choose compute. That is what I did. Choose EC2. Click on instances running. That is what I selected. See here under EC2 dashboard, I am clicking on instances running. I am clicking on this. Whatever the instances are deployed, I am going to select both the instances, one instance or two instances or 10 instances. Whatever the instances are, you are going to deploy. Okay, select instances. Click on instant state. Where this instant state? You can see that instant state is available in this corner. You can see that instant state. Select instances. After selecting instances, I need to click on instant state drop down. There is a drop down available here. I need to click on that. And then click on terminate instance. What is a stop instance? Stop instance is nothing but it is the service is going to stop, but it is not going to stop the billing. Why it is not going to stop the billing? It is not going to use that compute resources, CPU and memory, but whatever the system it is going to stop, but whatever the storage it is going to use, that 30 GB disk, that storage is going to occupy under cloud provider. That storage is going to count as a one EC2 instance 1 hour. That is going to count. That's the reason you have to terminate. Terminate. Once you are terminated, that means that billing currently for both instances, I used only 1 hour each, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours. That means total 4 hours consumed. I need to pay 4 hours bill if I come under out of free tier limitation. Now the cloud
Serious?
fundamental. Yes, please.
Sorry, can you repeat it again? The stop and terminate, I don't understand.
Yes. As soon as you click on instant state, you will find stop and terminate. You can stop. What it is going to stop? That means you are shutting down the server. Power off the server, power of the system. Okay, that is stop. What is a terminate? Terminate in the sense it is going to stop, and whatever the services utilized in the cloud portal, in the respective data center, in respective available to John, all those things will be clean up. That means what is the system is having? CPU, memory, storage, networking. If you stop, there won't be any running action on CPU, memory, storage or network. But the storage, where the storage? If it is stopped, whatever the operating system you deployed, that 30 GB storage will be there in a power off state in the cloud only. That
Clear.
30 GB storage is going to occupy. That 30 GB is going to count as a one EC2.
Clear now. Thank you.
Okay. So that's the reason you need to terminate. Once it is terminated, back to EC2 dashboard, and you have this information. As soon as you create, as soon as you go to any region, for example, I am switching over to other region, Mumbai. You can see that as soon as before you start, everything it is going to showcase as a 000. Any region you can select, Ohio, California, any region you select. By default EC2 dashboard, you can see that 000 and only one security group it is going to showcase as a default security group as 1. Okay, so whatever the reason you practice, you need to make sure these all the things are going to same manner, 000 and last one as 1. Let me back to North Virginia. Now it is showing 0, fine, 0, that is fine. Here it is a 2 is there. Now what is the 2? Click on instances. You need to make sure this as a terminated. If it is as a terminated, that means it will be clear off after certain time. No need to worry about. It is not going to cause any billing for you. Okay. So again back to EC2 dashboard. This 2 will be clear off after 30 minutes. No need to worry. Just click on these instances and make sure that instance is going to showcase as a terminated. Okay. Then 0, everything is 0. Dedicated was 0. Key pair should be 0. I am going to click on key pair. There are 2 key pairs created. I am going to select and click on actions and delete. Yes, I am going to type delete. The key pairs deleted. Once key pairs deleted, those key pairs we already downloaded in our systems. Under downloads, the 2 key pairs I need to select and click on delete. Okay, that is also done. The next, back to EC2 dashboard, I can see that security groups 3 is there. I am going to click on security group. Other than default, whatever you find, select those things and click on delete. Not a default one. You should not select a default one. You need to make sure whatever the other than default name is there, other than default name, whatever the security groups you are able to see, those things need to be clear off. Delete security group, you are going to mention, type delete to delete. That's what you are going to complete delete functionality cleaning process by following these instructions. Once this process is done, now you are ready to do again the same steps. You should able to do this practice without referring the document, without referring that video recording session. You should able to complete the steps of deploying a server instance, Windows server, and at the end you should able to connect the system remotely. To remotely, what are the details we captured? We captured IP details, system name details, and how to generate the password. Everything you should able to practice. And at the end, you should able to connect this system. That means you successfully deployed an instance on a cloud portal and you are able to connect. Okay. This is all about today's session. So if you have any questions, please ask me. At the end of the session, demo sessions are completed. Next session is available only paid participants. You will get a new Zoom link before Saturday to join. Who are completed already payments, they will get a new Zoom link. For paid participants, no need to worry, you will get a new Zoom link. Whoever not completed the payment link to have uninterrupted sessions, please click on www.logiclabstech.com and click on upcoming batches and select 33 batch number and click on payment link. As you already part of WhatsApp community for the respective batch 337 WhatsApp community group, you will get a message payment link information. Please click on payment link to get a uninterrupted sessions Zoom links and LMS Graphy portal, wherein all the recorded sessions will be uploaded, and this particular note file will be uploaded. The PPT and PDF files will be uploaded in LMS Graphy portal. Okay, these notes and recorded sessions accessible for lifetime for paid participants. If you are happy with these trainings, please refer to your friends and then encourage them to join the session to enhance the cloud technical skills. Okay. Any questions, please?
Okay. In case you are going through the steps and you get stuck somewhere, how do you follow the steps? How can I get steps to follow so that I can be able to continue with the process, with the deployment of server?
Yes, this video recorded session will be uploaded. Okay, this recorded session you can play and pause whatever the steps I did in a live session. The same steps one time you are in a position to do, and second step, without watching the recorded session, you are in a position to deploy the functionality. Okay, the steps are available in this document. I am going to prepare this document, and this document will be uploaded to LMS Graphy portal. You will in a position to access this document. In this document, step-by-step procedure like this: click on services, choose compute, choose EC2, click on instances, like that. The step-by-step procedure will be there in this document. This document will be uploaded to LMS Graphy portal.
Srinivas, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Yesterday I missed this session. So can I join this community group, WhatsApp group? Can you just post the link in the chat?
Just please open on your system www.logiclabstech.com. Can you open?
I joined through phone.
Okay. Just log into the www.logiclabstech.com. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
providing the WhatsApp community link. Once you log into this, click on upcoming batches. You will find 33 batch 7 and click on WhatsApp community link. You will get a link. Even from mobile also, you can click on, I'm pasting this link on the chat window. You just click on
Yeah,
this
that's
link on
better. Yeah.
mobile so that you will be part of this WhatsApp community, and wherein you will get a payment link, other details.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Srinivas.
Yeah.
Hi Srinivas, I have a query.
Yes, Sandeep.
While creating the key pair, there were two options like .pem and .ppk.
Yes.
What is the difference between those two? What exactly are they?
Yeah. There are the key pairs we need to create for respect based on operating system. The PEM extension is used for Windows servers. The PPK extension file we need to create to enter into log into Linux systems. Linux based, any Linux based system, we need to create a key pair that we are going to discuss in next session. So for Windows system, we have to choose PEM extension, that is only acceptable private key formation to get the password. Whereas in PPK, that is only acceptable format to get a log into Linux systems. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Do we have yesterday recording sessions, Srinivas?
It's already published in YouTube. Day 1 recorded session. Like, are you part of WhatsApp community?
No, I just informed that yesterday session I missed, so I just asking that.
Okay, okay. Let me see that once you are part of WhatsApp community, are you joined the group?
Yeah, just now I joined the group.
Okay. The admin team is going to publish the day 1 recorded session again. Okay. and payment link information also you can, or else you can go to YouTube, wherein Logic Labs social media is available. In YouTube, if you register on YouTube, you can find day one recorded session also. Just log into that Logic Labs Technologies, you just search in YouTube. All demo sessions are uploaded there. Even you can find batch number 337 day one record session also is available in YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
As you already part of this WhatsApp community, definitely admin team is going to provide a link after the session by tomorrow or right now. Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yes. Any other questions, please? So if you are would like to continue this uninterrupted sessions, please complete the payment. So then only you are in a position to get a new Zoom link to join next Saturday onward sessions. If you have any difficulties, please reach the support team on this particular mail IDs, support@logiclabstech.com, or you can reach on this particular both numbers. Yeah. Thank you all for your participation. See you on next weekend. Happy learning. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.